Welcome to the Sparkles of Gold Astrology Manifesto podcast. My name is Nicolas Polimanakos, and I am with
Lynn Bell.
Lynn. I'm going to ask you 3 questions.
Okay, Nicholas, go ahead.
First question. What's your favorite astrological technique?
My favorite technique. It sounds like you're asking me what my favorite dating technique is.
Yeah.
Well, I love solar returns because I have, and my book on solar returns is coming out soon. So right now, my favorite technique is solar returns. But I love transits, like everybody. I love progressions.
Mm-hmm. And the name of your book?
It's called Cycles of Light.
Cycles of Light, yeah. And I have the first edition that was on CPA, but it's coming out the first week of June. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Second question. What is your earliest memory connected to astrology?
It's probably reading the horoscopes in the newspaper when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And like sun sign horoscopes?
Sun signs, Sydney Omar.
Oh, Sydney.
And, yeah, it's a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chicago Tribune.
Oh, in the Chicago,
Yeah.
And when was do you remember the first time you connected with your sun sign? Like, oh, that's
Well,
me.
yeah, immediately. Yeah. As soon as I read something about Gemini, I knew that that I was a Gemini. I was clearly wordy, active, able to enter into communication in most situations, mobile. I had it was impossible not to recognize myself.
Yes. Okay. Last question. What is a book you are reading or have read that has nothing to do with astrology?
Oh, I'm reading Margaret Atwood, and she wrote a trilogy called Oryx and Crake. And I read the first volume and the third volume, and now I'm reading the second volume, which is called After the Flood. And it's very spooky because it's basically about a world taken over by corporations, genetic modification, pandemics. It's an amazing apocalyptic science fiction novel, which is a meditation on what's possible. The way The Handmaid's Tale was a meditation on what's possible, and it's one of those books that keeps giving you chills.
Yes. Okay. Is it something you do that I guess formally would be read in order? Because you said I read the first and the third, and I went to the second.
You have to understand I live in France, and so the first volume I got out of the library.
Yeah.
Then there was the pandemic, and I found volume 2 somewhere, and then I came across years later. I found volume 3,
right.
And then I couldn't find volume 2 anywhere because I don't live in a place where books necessarily appear in their normal order.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's interesting how you did the order and then kind of put it together, just a different way of a storyline would go to.
Yeah.
Okay. Where can people find out more about you?
Oh, well, I'm on lynnbellastrology.com. That's LYNNBELL Astrology. And there are lots of lectures. There's some videos. There's some courses. And I could write more. But I write every once in a while. Yeah. And you'll find some interesting things there.
Sure. Thank you for answering the 3 questions, Lynn.
You're welcome, Nicholas.